kommt zurück in Stanleys Büro. Nachdem Stanley jetzt tot war, kann er jetzt wieder anfangen zu arbeiten. Okay. Ich meine, er ist ja wieder auferstanden. Die Kollegen sind alle weg.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alle weg.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Okay. Stanley hat immerhin den Eimer, einen Eimer. Schauen wir mal, was er mit dem machen kann.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nee, er geht
This
jetzt
was not
rechts
the
um.
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Der Eimer ruft ihn. Okay. Und da ist er.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Entschuldigung. Ein
Truly,
einfühlsamer...
being here with the bucket... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Stanley macht ja nicht das, was man ihm sagt. Caution. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, dann gehen wir zum Cargo Lift. Mit dem Eimer.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay. Eimer können nicht sprechen. Nein. Eigentlich nicht.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
In welches dunkle Zimmer? Hier ist kein dunkles Zimmer. Das ist hell. Ah, da hinten ist ein dunkles Zimmer. Oder irgendwie. Okay.
Now pick up the phone, said the bucket. Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Ja, tolle Wurst. Stanley kann das Telefon nicht abheben. Oh. Okay.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Okay. Okay. Das sieht ja hier ganz nett aus. Ist Stanley hier zu Hause? Ja. Sieht ganz so aus. Wo ist der Eimer? Da ist der Eimer. Wow, hat der einen riesen Fernseher. Und ein Headset. Hallo Stanley, ich bin es, dein Eimer.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Hier ist Stanleys Büro. Okay.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Okay, aber wo ist der Eimer? Jetzt ist er weg. Kein Eimer mehr. Doch, mitten auf dem Tisch. Eine schöne Pflanze hat er hier. Okay. Na.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Eimer, ich werd nicht mehr. Hör nicht auf den lauten Mann. Drücke Dreieck, damit wir wieder nach Hause gehen können.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Drücke, um alle in deinem Leben außer mir zu ignorieren.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
Oh
From
Gottchen.
now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Steht da auf dem Computer. Du hältst mich für irreal, oder Stanley? Drücke Kreuz, X, wieder
Yes,
nach
I suppose
Hause.
on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Drücke Dreieck, um denselben Tag mit mir wieder und wieder zu erleben.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Drücke Viereck, um nach Hause und zur Arbeit und nach Hause und zur Arbeit und nach Hause zu gehen.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Ich habe meine Augen geschlossen. Ist der Bildschirm dunkel. Geh zurück zur Arbeit, Stanley. Dieses Spiel ist zum Piepen. Okay, und wo ist der Eimer? Jetzt ist er weg.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
Und
it
es geht
mean?
von vorne
Stanley
los.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Kein Eimer mehr. Da ist der Eimer.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, jetzt kommen wir wieder zum Büro. Da sollen wir mal nach unten gehen. Meeting Room. Okay, jetzt, das war der. Ach, das ist der. Schade, der ist zu. Gehen wir mal nach unten.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, dann gehen wir hoch. Stanley und der Eimer. Was ist denn das da für eine Tür? Exekutiv. Bathroom. Oh, da kommen wir rein. Oh.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know,
Zwei von
there
sechs.
really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Ich glaub das nicht. Oh mein Gott. I've got the feeling. Moist for stealing. Ja, kann ich nicht lesen. Rums. Oh, hier ist noch eine andere Tür. Wow. Oh, Panda. Oder? Ne, eine Katze, ein Hund. Ach, was weiß ich, irgendein Tier. Oh. Na. Na. Oh, Mann, Mutter, nicht so hektisch. Ganz langsam jetzt. Das ist nichts für Grobmotoriker. Okay. Aber auch Grobmotoriker können mal langsam was machen. Wo kommen wir jetzt? Ach hey. Fahrstuhlmusik. Düdel, 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 düdel. Düdel, 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 düdel. Hoffentlich ist die nicht urheberrechtlich geschützt. Oh Gott, wie weit hoch geht denn das? könnten wir ja bald mal da sein, oder? Jetzt sind wir wieder hier. Oder? Nee, hier wollen wir noch nicht. Doch. Doch, das ist das Chefbüro. Wir wollen nach unten. Wenn wir nicht nach oben kommen, wollen wir nach unten. Jetzt schön langsam wieder, Mutter. Mal sehen, ob wir nach unten kommen. Schon wieder die Gruselmusik. Okay, mal sehen, wie lange wir hier runterfahren. Stanley und sein Eimer. Ich glaube, der Aufzug fährt nicht. Okay, der Aufzug fährt nicht. Dann gehen wir ins Chefbüro. Stanley mit Eimer. Aber da sind wir gekommen. Okay. Ist hier noch irgendeine Tür? Nein. Das war die Chefbürotür. Ist hier noch eine Tür drin?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Jetzt gehen wir aber nicht den anderen Weg. Jetzt. Loading, loading, loading.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Okay, danke fürs Anschauen. Wir machen im nächsten Video weiter. Tschüss.